By taking a real person from the world and placing them as a central point in your devising process, you're enabling many possible avenues to explore. These activities should get you digging deeper into that person's life and get you exploring all the possibilities of bringing them to life in your piece. My example is going to be using the Swedish activist Greta Thunberg. Biography. Our first idea is to focus on this person's life, with a detailed focus on what they've done and the life they've lived. You'll need to get reading and watching and take on board as much information as you can about this person's life. Are there news articles on them? Are there biographies or autobiographies about them? Are there films or plays about them? Consider how you could show someone's whole life in a short devised piece. We could pick 5 events from different points in their life and focus on these. Consider all the different characters that they interact with. Also think how you're going to show each of these moments. Are they going to be naturalistic scenes, physical theatre, movement, puppetry, video design, or song? Is one person going to play this character throughout their whole life, or is an ensemble going to play them at different parts? Consider the films I'm Not There, The Hours, Big Fish, and the newer X-Men films, where multiple actors play the same character at different parts of their lives. With my idea of Greta Thunberg, I could have one actor play her as a baby, another actor play her as a teenager, and then another actor play her 50 years older in the future. Single event. A more manageable focus when exploring someone's life is to work on one key event in time. Is it a defining decision, a conversation, an action, or a protest that they attended? Can your piece focus on recreating this event with your person as the play's protagonist? With Greta, I'd be interested in staging her very first protest when she was stood outside the Swedish Parliament. Could your piece be a lead up to a key event where we explore all the events that have led up to it? Check out the film Steve Jobs, which explores his life through a series of product demonstrations across 14 years of his life. Explore the concept of dramatic irony, which is when the audience know what happens before the characters do. This is a really useful idea to explore when creating someone's backstory on stage. Enemies. If you're looking at a public figure, chances are they have critics or enemies. Can your piece focus on that enemy and make them the protagonists of the piece? This will create an interesting conflict and allow you to tell the story from a different perspective. With Greta, I'd pick Donald Trump as her enemy, someone who's very anti-environment and everything that she stands for. Could we create a piece of theatre from the enemy's perspective, where Donald Trump feels threatened by her? Remember, one person's hero is another person's enemy. By switching this viewpoint, you're giving yourself some really interesting options to see the story from the other side. You could decide if you want your enemy to meet your stimulus person in the piece or not. Actual words. Creating dialogue can be challenging and time-consuming in a devising process. So a solution to this is to only use words that have been spoken by your stimulus person. This could be in books they've written, in interviews, or in speeches. Can you accurately recreate these words on stage? This is very much tapping into verbatim theatre techniques. Verbatim theatre is where real spoken words are reimagined and spoken on stage by actors playing the real people. Do you speak the text live, or do you use voiceover and sound design to play back the actual words in your piece? With Greta, I could use her speech at the United Nations in 2019 and recreate that on stage as an ensemble. Can you use dance or movement alongside these words? Check out a dance piece called The Statement by Crystal Pite. Can you use real words and turn them into lyrics to be sung? Check out the musical London Road by Aleki Blythe and Adam Cork, which uses real words as song lyrics. Time travel. Your stimulus person lives in a specific time period. But what if you take them out of that time period and put them in a different one, in the past or in the future? For example, I could place Greta in 1800s England, right at the heart of the Industrial Revolution, which is going to change the face of the environment forever. Or I could take her forward to the year 2520, where she could interact with humans as we exist then. Is the world still functioning? Has Greta's actions in the 21st century saved humanity in 2520? Or have humans not looked after the environment and destroyed it? There are many great time travel stories to be inspired by here, be it Family Guy, Back to the Future, Avengers Endgame, or Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Consider sending your character through time. What do they do in those times? And does their actions affect things for the better or for the worse? Fictional meeting. A really interesting idea for a piece of drama is to take your real person and place them in a fictional meeting with someone else. An incredible use of this device is the play The Mountaintop by Katori Hall, which looks at Martin Luther King Jr. meeting a maid in a hotel room the night before he dies. Can your character meet someone that's alive at the same time as them? How about a friend, a politician, or perhaps an estranged member of their family? Or could they meet someone who's died, or that hasn't been born yet? You're imagining a scenario that is playing with the improbable or the impossible. What drama could happen in a single room between two people that are unlikely to be put together? Can Greta Thunberg be put in a room with a CEO of an oil or a plastic company? What would happen then? An argument? A fight? Who would win? Go create your fictional meeting. Private moment. We've explored the idea of your person meeting other people. But what if your person doesn't interact with others? The piece could focus on them on their own, away from the public eye. How are they different in private as opposed to public? Are they drastically different or just the same? Do they talk to themselves? Do they imagine people and talk to them? Do they have any secret health or medical issues that you could explore in a private moment? Do they speak in a different voice? Do they act entirely differently? A private moment with your real person could be fascinating and dramatic. And there we go. 7 activities to use on your stimulus of a real person. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, please give it a like. Do check out these other videos and subscribe. And if you want to support what I do on the channel, you can click on the link in the video description. All the best.